this is your reading for the second portion of March. I don't know why I said portion. Second half. So yeah, this is a general reading. We're going to read from 3 decks. Right away, I'm getting for you something. I'm seeing you exploring something or entertaining the thought, reflecting on even possibly things that have caused you trauma, loss, sorrow, the way that you've been hurt, things that haven't worked out. I feel like you're kind of in this space of, I don't know, man. I feel like you're exploring your options in maybe a lot of different aspects, okay? So it could be that you're wanting new things and you're maybe exploring. This feels almost seductive in a way. Like, it's like you see something pretty or shiny or, really good looking, really enticing over in the distance. And maybe it never turned your head before, but for whatever reason now it is. And it's like, possibly it never turned your head before because you didn't think you could obtain it or you didn't think it was obtainable. And I'm seeing like now suddenly you do very much think that that's obtainable, and you're entertaining like the thought of exploring that. What would that be like? Maybe I should go after it. Maybe I should just make myself available, make myself seen where you may not have before. Also, another aspect of that could be that you're exploring these aspects of yourself, right? What could have been the cause of certain situations? Maybe you're taking these sort of very honest approaches to things that have happened to you or happened with you or that you've been engaged in, right? Like, if that relationship or job made me unhappy, perhaps in the past you were like, well, it's because this person did this, this, and that, or, the place did this, this, and that, and now you're kind of like, well, maybe I could have done this a little better or applied myself a little more, or, maybe it really wasn't meant for me and my heart wasn't in it, and that could have played an aspect. I kind of see you taking these very different approaches, like you're very different, Capricorn. You're coming through very different. Not different than you normally come through or anything like that. Very different to you and possibly even others around you than your normal behavior. I feel like you're gaining some new perspective and even some new insight to self. These could be wants, desires. And again, I feel like you're like honestly looking at the role that you have played and are playing in your own life, which is very admirable. Let me just say that. All right. So that's what I'm picking up for you before we get into the cards. If you don't like the shuffling, go ahead and fast forward. So we are going to look at the overall well-being of your mental state and health, your relationships, family, friends, and or romantic. We're going to be looking at the center focus point and what's going on right now. And we are going to be looking at work and money, okay? I'm hearing big steps. Big steps. And it could be, what, the way I'm seeing this is like, it could look like something so minor to someone else, but it could be so huge for you. Like, someone else is looking at that and like, I don't get it. What's so important or significant about that? And you're like, you don't realize, like, that's a really big step for me. Like, learning how to say no would be something that a lot of people could look at and be like, just say no. Like, just say no. It's really simple. You just form your mouth to make the letters and the word no. And you're like, no, that's actually very hard for me. That was a really big step for me to be able to say no with confidence, So again, just a generic example, but it could be something like that, It's like this, I'm seeing like, these are very big steps for you. However minor they may seem to other people, sometimes going out in public, singing karaoke. People are like, it's just fun. Who cares? Just get up there. Everybody sounds crazy. Nobody can, nobody's a professional singer. And you're like, no, you don't understand. I get really nervous in front of people, and I've never sang before in front. Like, that was a huge step for me, you know, stepping out of your comfort zone. So I am seeing a bit of that here for you as well, Capricorn. There is something in finances that we'll just say, like, this is really important, the way that this came out. There's something in finances that you know needs to change, and you're really not ready to walk away from it yet, but you know it's time. It's past time. Okay, we'll get into it, but I'm going to reiterate that because of the way that it came out. One more deck here. Thought something flipped, but it didn't. Ooh, this row right here. Right, yeah. Let's see what fell on the floor, and it fell face down. King of Wands, King of Clubs. Like I said, there's something that you know. There are things that you know need to be done. Why you're repressing it, why you're stifling it, why, I don't know, many reasons. I'm sure you all have yours, and I'm sure they all differ. And no matter what they are, it's time. If I was going to title this reading, that would be the title. It's time. All right. So, the center focus point and what's going on right now is trying to manifest, all right? Trying to manifest in a very productive way without being manipulative, without being too needy, without being too self-serving, you know, kind of diving into your capabilities, your gifts, your skills, your strong points, things like that, okay? The challenge is the balance of that, all right? How are you going to balance this? Like, what? Yeah, I feel like there's some sort of a purpose. I'm hearing purpose. I feel like there's something better, something more, Capricorn. I think that's overall what I'm looking at for you. It's like, I want more. I want something better. And not necessarily like it, again, it's not coming through as anything like crazy significant as anyone else would see it, but it's like you want to do more with you. You want more for your life, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's kind of how I'm seeing this, is like, how do I get that and also keep the balance of existing within this realm, existing within society, continuing to be productive, but also feel like I'm somehow accomplishing more, something of a higher purpose, okay? Your spiritual advice is the King of Swords and ambition. So Spirit is advising you to not lose that ambition, not lose focus of that. Because I feel like some of you may be thinking, you know what, especially because it's time and this has been coming through, I think you know that it's time to move on or move forward or move up or whatever, and you just haven't been doing it, and you may be having some thoughts like, you know what, I just can't do that right now, maybe later, it's not time, it's not time, it's not time. The procrastination is real. Spirit is reminding you that it is time. Okay, don't lose focus of that. Stay ambitious about that. Continue to work on, even if it's only in a mental space, although I will say, somebody else came through, Gemini came through with a similar sort of energy of like, don't think about it too long. Don't think about it too long. It is, you know, you think about it and you plan it and everything, and that's great. But at some point you have to take action. And you've got the King of Wands over here twice. This one fell on the floor. This one came in as spiritual advice. So Spirit is urging you to continue to work on that. Okay, continue to work on the mastery of self. You're on to something, Capricorn. Go with it. Continue in that direction. Even if it feels hard, even if it feels, I don't know, it feels it feels at a distance, okay? It feels like it's something off in the distance. Don't lose focus of it. It's very real. It's very obtainable, okay? Over here in the health and mental well-being, overall at the center point, you've got the Ten of Swords in the sideways position with the challenge of the Queen of Diamonds, okay? And in the spiritual advice, you have the Tower, destruction, okay? Be very careful of getting too run down. If you have been diagnosed with anything, make sure that you're getting a second opinion, all right? And also, don't ignore symptoms of anything, Capricorn, okay? Yeah, there's something that I feel like can be brought to some form of a stable nature, like it can stabilize, or even I'm hearing like put into remission, or even be reversed to some aspect, but there will have to be some sort of a change, a massive change. This could be a change in diet, this could be a change in thought, this could be even a change in doctors, okay? This could be a change in medicine. So you're being asked to stay, keep your wits about you, okay? I feel whatever this is, it seems more massive than it has to be. It is massive. It is a massive change. It feels harder than what it actually will be. Does that make sense? It feels like you feel like it's going to be really hard and really just, oh my God, what a storm. But it's not. It's actually not. Hold on, let me get... Yeah, there's a lot of stress here. That Nine of Swords coming over that Ten of Swords. There's a lot of stress here. Like I said, get a second opinion. This may be even, I don't know why it's coming through as like medicine that you've been on, like SSRIs. It's kind of what's coming through. Medicine that you've been on for a while that's always worked and it's just not working anymore. Okay, maybe time to switch that up. There's something very stable about the mental state that needs to happen. It's a challenge. It's coming through big as a challenge to keep the emotions and the mentality stable. We could be dealing with some form of like bipolar issues, borderline or something like that here. But I do feel like they're minor switches, minor things that make huge impacts. That's what I'm meaning to say. All right, so in the relationships aspect, love, family, and or romantic, you have the Wheel of Fortune as the center point, which is awesome. Again, big changes. Your spiritual advice over here is big changes with the Tower and the destruction of things. Your focal point over here is the Wheel of Fortune, which is big changes, fated events, things taking a massive turn and going on to the next chapter. Okay, so this is really great. You've got some really great cards here. I do want to say that. Lots of things in your corner. It is the Wheel of Fortune is being challenged by the Ten of Wands. Okay, so the responsibility of this change is a lot. It's a lot. Holding yourself accountable. And again, we already mentioned that in the beginning before we even pulled cards. Looking at past relationships and the way things have fallen and the way things have formed. And even like the way fallings out, breakups, separations. I feel like you're taking a very honest look at how you played a direct role in these, and we're no longer playing the blame game, and I love that. I absolutely love that. Not to say that you were playing the blame game before, but I feel like you're now at a point where you can look at it with a more sort of observant mentality versus a pointing the finger, and it's like, okay, so this is how I reacted when this person did this to me. And maybe I could have gone about that in a more productive manner, or not given it so much time or thought, or, perhaps like, whatever it is, it's like you're really holding yourself accountable here. You're taking responsibility, and you understand that this shift is going to take massive responsibility in order to go forward. And I love that. The spiritual advice here is to stay calm and to continue to move forward, which I don't see you having any problem with that. I feel like that spirit just letting you know, like, yeah, I got your back. We're going to get through this, okay? As long as you keep working for yourself, I'm going to keep working for you, is the message there. Over here in the work aspect, You're not getting what you want. Let's just call it what it is. Say it how we see it. King of Pentacles in the reverse position. Either you don't have job security, or you're not getting paid what you feel like you should be getting paid, or at least what you want. So maybe you're getting paid exactly what you're worth, but you want more. We saw that in the beginning with the channel before we even pulled cards. You want more. And it's challenged by the King of Swords. Logically, you need to understand, like, so if you're working at a gas station, you're probably not going to make more than, you know, $8, $9, $10 an hour. You know what? Honestly, I don't know what a gas station pays, but you're only going to get so much out of what you're doing. And so you either need to take on a second form of income, or you need to find another job. You know, I mean, that's just what it is. If it could even be like a temporary position, right? You want stability in your life, but you keep taking on temporary positions. Well, we need to look at the logistics of that. Okay, that's not going to work. Spirit is asking you to reunite with yourself. Okay, obtain some form of like moderation and stability here. Again, overall, I continue to see you wanting to serve this higher purpose. Like, you want your life in every aspect to mean more, whatever that means to you. And you've got the angel of the ocean there, okay? So, related to the temperance. And I feel like there is a very huge aspect of you needing, not just wanting, needing to pull your higher purpose and spiritual nature down with your physical abilities and physical life. And you're wanting to somehow merge them. Again, here, Spirit has your back, okay? Ask and you shall receive. Continue to seek and you shall find. Just remember, what you seek seeks you back. Over here to the finances and money. Now here is where these cards play a dominant role in this entire reading. You know it's high time to let something go. And this is going to be something that you've given another chance and another chance and another chance. And it ain't working out, and it's not going to work out, and you know it. The challenge is really going after what you want with that Nine of Hearts there, okay? And this is the action that you haven't been taking, which is the card of action, the King of Wands. And the spiritual advice is take some action, okay? Be practical in what you're wanting, and being practical and wanting change means taking action to receive and get that change and make it happen, okay? I love this reading for you. This is great. That's what I have for you, Capricorn. I'll see you next time.